Hi, I am Pastor Ryan Dagoy, and I am a minister of the Lord at Alliance Bible Christian Church in Olongapo City, Philippines. I would like to share to you how I become part of the ministry of Living Waters of Hope here in the Philippines and how this ministry cultivated my passion to give hope to the victims of domestic violence. It started when Sister Gwen Quijano shared to me her concern about the books she was using in helping a sister in the Lord who was a victim of domestic violence. The book was Diane's Oasis Bible Study Book 1. According to Sister Gwen, it would be better if the book would be translated into Tagalog, which is one of the main languages we use here in the Philippines, so that the abuse victim whom she regularly meets for a Bible study would easily understand their lesson. So I asked if she would like me to help her translate the book, but since I was quite hesitant at that time, I told her I would try to translate it for only few lessons, then we will decide after if I can translate the book as a whole. And she gladly accepted the condition. Now, as I was studying the book and translating it into Tagalog, I become more and more aware of the issues of domestic abuse and its reality. That violence is really happening in the homes, even in a Christian home. In the Oasis Bible Study book, there is this lesson about what domestic violence is and its dynamics. And as I go through the lesson while translating it, I discovered how women were getting abused by their husbands. And I understand that domestic violence was not just through physical abuse. There are other more forms of domestic abuse. Then I begin to think and ponder how I was treating my wife whenever we were having arguments. It seemed that, as what I discovered from the book, my attitudes and behaviors toward my wife when we argue fall into sort of abuse. So, to confirm it, I approached my wife and asked if we can have a talk. Then I explained to her what I learned from the book about the definition of domestic abuse, what are it, what are its forms, and the dynamics of it. After that, I asked her if by any chance I have been abusive in our arguments. Her reply really shocked me. She cried at that very moment and admitted that she had felt that she was verbally abused by me many times. I was dumbfounded at first when I heard that. I didn't know how should I react or respond. I wasn't aware of it that I was becoming abusive to her because as for me, I didn't mean to be abusive of my words. But despite the shock, I thank the Lord that I was able to admit my mistake and got the courage to apologize to her after a brief moment of silence. When she had accepted my apology, I made a decision right at that moment that I would dedicate my time then to finish translating the whole book into Tagalog. And part of that decision was because I wanted to learn more about domestic violence and the ministry of Living Waters of Hope. I also wanted to let it be known to many faith leaders and fellow pastors that the issues of domestic violence are real and it might be happening even in the homes of our church members and being done intentionally or unintentionally by some faith leaders. So after that liberating conversation with my wife, I informed Sister Green that I am already and fully committed to complete the translation of the whole Oasis Bible Study Book 1. Also, I informed her how I wish to learn more about the ministry of Living Waters of Hope and how willing I am to help in its ministry in any ways I can. So Sister Gwyn introduced to me the Hope Givers Essentials Training. It was a 4-session module about important issues of domestic violence and how to be a hope giver to those affected by it. And through the kindness of Diane and the Living Waters of Hope, I was able to get a chance to get through the course. I watched all the videos and I learned a lot from it. Through that course, my conviction to be a hope giver has been deepened and strengthened. And after I finished the 4 sessions, I was so convinced that the hopeless and victimized sisters in the Lord must get help. So I started praying to God and I asked Him to give me more opportunities to help my kababayans, my fellow Filipinos who are silenced by beliefs that women should just be submissive and continue serving their husbands even though there is already abuse that is being done to them. And the Lord did answer that prayer. Through the effort of Sister Gwyn and a partnership with Jean Cassell and his wife, Jane, and their second ministry in Cavite, Philippines, we were able to conduct a Hope Giver Essentials training. It was attended by pastors, faith leaders, Bible seminary professors, and students, and some missionaries. It was inspiring to see them get encouraged and enlightened by that training. Even my mentor pastor attended the event and he congratulated me afterward for a wonderful learning experience he has had through that seminar. Oh, how encouraging to hear that. And I thought, this is what I have been praying for. That churches and faith leaders would become more and more aware of the reality of domestic violence even among Christian congregations. So that those who had been and are being victimized by it would finally know that there are brothers and sisters in the Lord who are now ready to listen to them and bring them their lost hope. I know that that was just a little step forward and toward hope-giving movement. But at least there is already a movement, even just one step closer. And it should not just stop there. So I started thinking and planning how I would be able to share this passion to my fellow pastors in the zone of our district, Central Luzon District. Then one time, my wife shared to me that during their zone women's fellowship, she had a chance to pray for a lady who has shared to her that she was being abused by her husband. And that lady happened to be the daughter of the pastoral ministry supervisor of our zone. So I told my wife, that's probably God's way of telling us, go on. Don't hesitate and share that passion of yours with your fellow pastors in your zone to promote the ministry of helping the abused women find hope. So when we had that monthly zone pastors meeting and prayer fellowship, I shared to them the issues of domestic violence, the possibilities that it might be happening among our church members, and how as faith leaders we can be hope givers to those who are affected by it. After that meeting, there was one pastor who approached me and asked if he could get a copy of the materials on domestic violence that I discussed during our prayer time. Unfortunately, I only have one copy of the translated book. It's my personal copy. So I told him, I'll get back to you once this book is reproduced, hopefully. And if there would be another seminar on the issue of domestic violence, I would send you an invitation so you and your church leaders may attend the event. And he affirmed it. So as of this time, there are some plans that Sister Green and I are praying for. First is we have an invitation from the Casels and the Second Mile Ministry to conduct another seminar about domestic violence and hope giving at their Antipolo City branch this time. We don't yet have a schedule for that, but the planning is already going on. Then prior to that, we also had a time to speak with a pastor in Olongapo City, a friend of Sister Green. His name is Pastor John De La Torre, who is a member of Olongapo City Ministers Association. He met us with his wife, Rocky De La Torre, and during the dinner, we discussed the ministry of Living Waters of Hope and how it helps the victims of domestic violence. Also, we share to them our desire and prayers to spread the ministry of hope giving in Olongapo City. It didn't take long as we're having our meal when Pastor John begins to open up about the conviction he feels at that time. And he admits that when he had heard my story, it made him think how he has treated his wife with his words. As for him, it seemed that he has been sort of verbally abusive to her. And then after that meaningful dinner, he and his wife, who is a FM radio DJ, committed to join me and Sister Green in our endeavor. The plans are one, to present it to the Association of Olongapo City Ministers and discuss the possibility of doing the seminar in the city. And second, if it is possible, to give us an airtime to be interviewed by Rocky about the ministry of hope giving in her radio program. So we are asking you to join us in praying for these things that we are trying to start here in the Philippines. I know that we are still in the beginning phase of this effort. There are some works to be done and accomplished. But I can see now that the Lord is already calling people who are willing to take action and be part of the movement that would bring light and hope to our abused brethren who are being imprisoned in a dark room of their homes by their abusive partners, silenced and helplessly chained. They need to know that they had not been abandoned. We are here now to listen and bring the hope of Christ to them. As what the Word of God says, speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves, ensure justice for those being crushed. Thank you, and may God bless us all.